Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Hiding
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to week 2 of the AFDL Warriors of the Rift 2024. I am Megan Necrozma, joined by Calzone. How you doing today? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, you're supposed to hear me. How you doing today, Cal?
He's muted on Discord.
That's the point. Oh, geez.
There we go.
I
Sorry.
am so sorry about that. I
You're
forgot
good.
what we were doing. This is so scuffed. Cal, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing, bud?
I'm
Sorry about that. No, you're good.
I did a lot of Valorant casting for my college, and we always casted out of vMix, and then we muted on Discord. And doing this the backwards way, I'm still getting used to it. I am sorry about that, guys. How are we doing today? We're all doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna
You're good.
I'm just gonna reset. It's been a long day. Freaking clients always giving us issues, always delaying everything. But we are back. Earlier today, we got to watch the British Royal Air Force just take a very dominant 2-0 in their series. And then last week, we did get to watch the Army absolutely dismantle the Coast Guard, but we did also get to see the French Air Force win. But today, we get to see the American Air Force versus the Navy. So, as a member of the Air Force, how do you think this is going to go?
I think this is going to be a pretty dominant 2-0. I don't know if I think the boys are going to do fine tonight. I think the
unbiased,
matchups,
right? Totally unbiased.
Totally unbiased. As a league player, if you checked a little bit of the rankings, it's a little bit of a mismatch. Obviously,
It was.
everybody
It
wants
really
to
was.
root for the underdog. You obviously always want to see 3 games. That's just always the name of the game. But this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. And the AFDL is an organization that provides military personnel around the world with a fun, competitive, family-friendly way to interact and celebrate the commonalities of service members and their families, regardless of branch. So we have members from all branches of the military in the U.S., as well as over in Europe. Like I said earlier, we had the British Royal Air Force. We also had the French Air Force. So we have service members from all over the world that are participating in this. Mostly started with World of Warcraft, but now they branched out into League of Legends. I myself am not a service member. Multiple family members of mine have served, though. So I want to say that I understand a little bit, but I truly do not. I do not know anything about what these men do for their country, but I honor them and I welcome their sacrifice.
Yeah, so I'm actually a veteran. I just got out of the service in January. I was actually we're gonna get into. I'll do an introduction after this. We're in pick ban right now. I don't know. So
Yeah. So Malphite, Maokai taken away by the Air Force. They taken away the champions connected to the ground. You know, they wanna stick to if the Air Force locks in all bird champions, if we get Anivia, if we get like Quinn, Zaya, Rakan, I think that's just on brand for them. The Navy taking out Xerath and Camille. So these honestly just looks like they're trying to pinch picks, at least on the side of the Air Force. They want to lock the top laner into a potential bad matchup.
So it's actually a flex pick. So the Camille can be played both top lane as well as support. So Braxy is actually an AD carry main. He's a very mechanical player. He's a very good player. So he's been favoring a lot of the Camille bot lane. And then as far as the mid lane, you have Apto, and he is a very big Xerath fan. We have some more bands actually that just came in. So we have Heimerdinger, that is going to be the band from the Navy against the Air Force. We got a first pick Ashe.
And a Kali taken out from the Air Force, not allowing that hyper mobile assassin. Thank God. I cannot stand a Kali. But the first pick Ashe just grabbing that very strong 80 carry, I think we'll probably end up seeing a Caitlyn come through for the Navy because she's the other S tier 80 carry right now.
I think this is a support Ashe. I think Braxy will play it. I think this also explains the pick or the choice to deny the top lane pool. So the top laner likes to favor a lot of tanks and engage a lot of weak side style top laners. Yeah. Favors the Ornn, the Malphite. They play Maokai, they flex it. So yeah, definitely really good pick ban and really good prep coming out of the Air Force. I think that the Ashe is a flex pick. I think Braxy's going to take it. I think that, yep, there we go. We see the Caitlyn and the
And
Elise as the
Elise,
answer.
interesting on the Elise, not your standard jungler right now in the meta, but it's always entertaining. But Elise is a feast or famine champion. If you do not get rolling early, you are incredibly weak. You blow up. You can't deal damage, and you just get killed in a matter of 2 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see what the Navy can do with this Elise pick. But you never know. Emerald players, I just escaped
Yeah.
that elo, but they like to do some weird stuff. That could be an Elise
So
mid. That could be an Elise support.
I think it's an Elise jungle. So I think it's very interesting though because their mid laner, the Goats and Glories mid laner, they like to play a lot of APs. They've been favoring a lot of Brand. They've been favoring a lot of Silas. They also play like play Akali as well. So like I think it's gonna be really interesting for their damage profile. Considering also their top laner plays a lot of weak side stuff. Since the Malphite's already been taken off the board, it looks like he'll be looking more towards an Ornn, and then you're just playing a hyper scaling AD carry and top laner, and then you're playing an early game jungler. So it's a little bit of a mismatch as far as play styles go. And then we see the Karthus and the Yone locked in.
Arthas and the Yone. Oh, Yone is always so fun. One of my friends calls them Yone and Yasuo, or the Wind Crappers.
The Wind Bros.
The Wind Bros, yeah.
The Wind
The
Bros.
Karthus.
The Karthus.
So,
Okay, so
ooh,
this is a bot lane Karthus, I bet. I think this is bot Karthus with Braxy playing Ashe support. I low-key think, I don't know if the boys are cooking this hard, but I hope they're cooking
are
this
they
hard. Let me tell you
cooking,
what.
or is the kitchen burning down?
Nah, this draft will cook. So as of right now, you have how much CC on the other team? Okay, so Karthus Ultimate's automatically going to pretty much be able to go off pretty reliably. So like you're always going to get pretty good value out of it. So the Nami, so Caitlyn Nami, it's a very oppressive bot lane. You have the Ashe. I think it's Ashe Karthus. I think it's super duper playable. You farm with Karthus from long range. Caitlyn can't punish nearly as hard. Karthus actually has a higher win rate bot lane in Emerald Plus tier right now, I believe, and I think he's the highest bot laner currently. I think Brand's number 2. I don't think Caitlyn's, I think top 3 right now. I don't think so. And solo queue, obviously, it's not comp.
Yeah. So I play top lane Sejuani. What is your main role and what's your main champion?
Okay, so I play AD carry. I'm Caitlyn. Okay, so I started as a Caitlyn player. I'm a Ziggs one trick, and I was Masters last season.
Okay, API.
Yeah, but I play every AD. I play every role. I played
Yeah.
AD carry and top lane for the Air Force. I played mid lane in one of our tournament games one time. I play every role. I've coached high elo. So there's all of the bands all at once. Okay.
Ornn, Mordekaiser, Twisted Fate, Akshan. I hate laning against Akshan, and I'm glad to see him out of there. That disgusting amount of roam potential where you're invisible. You don't know if he's left lane or not. It's just absolutely gross to deal with. And another 2 more weak side top laners taking out the Mordekaiser that can survive, and the Ornn. But all four target bans towards the Navy top laner. So gonna be interesting to see what they pull out. Trying to think, maybe just a Cassante pick out for the Navy just to get that extra little bit of that weak side that can still hold his own and potentially get some solo kills. Cassante, going all out, just being a disgusting little champ.
I'm actually going to be, so I personally, without a doubt, the best top laner currently right now for picking
Sejuani
is Skarner. And I actually think it's a little bit of a failure on the draft because, like, in my opinion, okay, they're going to pick Warwick top. Is that Warwick top or is that Warwick? Yeah, he plays a top.
Oh my gosh, so that's going to be Warwick top.
So
it's countered by the Jax, though. The Jax Counter-Strike will stop the Warwick Q.
Okay, that is correct. But so, I mean, really, they're just playing for some cheese. Because, I mean, like, and also I want to talk about draft a little bit more as far as the bans go. So like the ban on the Ornn I feel like is unnecessary. I know that you're trying to ban that so that he doesn't get one of his best weak side characters as far as like the usefulness of the champion even whenever you are behind, but they're drafting that with an early game with a Elise who's an early game jungler. And so it completely mismatches. If they actually had done that, then you get to pick. You either have Ornn that's useless in the early game or you have Elise that's useless in the late game. And so it doesn't matter either way. I think this is going to be an easy one. You obviously have the Thresh coming in. That's going to be obviously for Ash AD carry going bot lane with Thresh. It's gonna be Jax top, Yone mid, I guess, and then it's gonna be the
Pantheon mid.
Karthus jungle.
Pantheon mid locked in for the Navy here. What I want to see the Navy do is actually, I want this Elise to be perma invading on Karthus. Karthus is very weak early. This Elise excels in the early game, and if she gets that snowball, she can single-handedly run down the entire Air Force team, with the exception of the Thresh, who can just survive a little, or the Jax, who can survive a little bit longer on his own. But this Navy team can actually be this is a very strong early game team on the Pantheon, the Elise, the Warwick. As long as if they can hold that early game and just get Caitlyn to a late game get Caitlyn to the late game, she is going to one-shot everybody on the Navy team.
Or on the Air Force team. I actually don't think so.
Or Air Force team, yes.
Yeah. I personally don't think so. I mean, obviously you have the Pantheon coming in to secure a little bit more of that early game prowess, make at least a little bit more effective early game, but this is all their eggs in one basket. There is no late game. They are not playing for late game. It doesn't matter about the Caitlyn scaling factor. They have to play bot lane aggressively, and they need to trade aggressively, because really the only way that they have a chance at winning this game is if they have, I think, at least 2 winning lanes. I think top lane's a mismatch as far as Elo goes. Hazy's an absolute monster. And then, I mean, you have, we'll see what, I didn't think Cash was going to play Karthus jungle. So that's just on me. I didn't think he would.
I like the Pantheon pick into Yone, that little bit of extra, the Aegis shield that can be used to block the dash through, even potentially the ult damage, just timing everything on the Pantheon side. This should be a one lane for the Pantheon, but whether they can translate that into the mid game and the late game. But right now, this is playing for gank setup, except for bot lane. The Thresh Lantern to get the Ashe to safety is going to be too reliable for the Elise to gank. Meanwhile, Pantheon with point-and-click CC, and Elise can follow up with the Cocoon, comboing CC for about 2 seconds with the Pantheon and Elise damage. This should be a kill every time Elise ganks, as long as it's done properly. Top lane is another one. It's iffy. Warwick does have a little bit of CC with the Fear, but you're risking a lot of damage. You risk your heal going into set up to engage.
Yeah, so it's unreliable. It's probably the best way to describe Warwick CC, is just in general. So as R, obviously, you definitely have a lot, but in my opinion too, like just the way that Jax is inherently as a champion, I think that 2 people jumping onto him, if he's even able to click a single button, he lives, because he can click R, click E, click anything, and then he can flash Q out. And it's not nearly as volatile. I think that they have one winning lane as far as the Goats and Glory goes. I think that the mismatch as far as bot lane goes is a little bit too. I think there's mismatches. Obviously, Caitlyn Nami has a lot of like early game push, and they have a lot of early game, like, a lot of early game. They can punish early game very hard.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, though, this is Ashe Thresh. If Ashe goes Ghost and they miss position, they will get ran down.
Well, we're going to find out if it is a Ghost Ashe and what the other summoners are for everybody, as we are going to get into game 1 of the Air Force versus the Navy. So Ashe took cleanse, but a flash from the Thresh, and the Warwick is just being chain CC, tries to Q through, but Shiro, first blood already, 40 seconds into the game, they catch the Warwick out. No flash Warwick, pops the barrier. They traded for a Braxy flash, but that's completely worth it. You go into lane with your Ashe already up a longsword.
Yeah, so definitely very interesting call for the summoner spell choice from their top laner. Going Barrier Ignite, really playing into that early game theme of what their team has going on.
Yeah, well done from the Air Force here. A great start from them, but going to get standard start. This Karthus is going to go for the blue buff. Solo's starting, so it's kind of a given what they're going to be. Dang. I like when teams talk trash in all chat.
I don't know if they're allowed to in this league. That's funny though. A little bit of misclicks from the boys. This is going to be an interesting lane, depending on what lane the observers decide to watch. I think early game it's definitely going to be centered around this mid lane. Going to be centered around if the Karthus is able to get his camps cleanly. You see Karthus going for an invade on the top side on the Raptor camp. Elise is going to be starting on the blue.
They have the wards down, but Karthus is able to take the blue very quickly. So this simple move in, but the Navy does have a ward on their own red, but all Karthus is going to do after taking the Raptors is back. The counter strike is hit onto the Warwick, a lot of damage. A little bit of a turret shot from Kempsey, but doesn't really matter to him. He's winning this health trade, but remember, this is a Warwick. This sustain is very real, and it gets even more the lower health he is.
This is yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. So like that Karthus invade is very interesting as well. Just in the sense that yes, he's up one camp, he's behind on tempo. They've obviously just like they know that they're just going to get ran over in the early game. They just want to get as much gold and as many camps as possible because that invade was bad for tempo actually. Let's see. Elise is going for an invade here.
Oh yeah, but I think we're going to get a dive here. The counter strike comes out, and it doesn't even matter. The ignite is there, but there's no damage from this Warwick. 2 deaths in 3 minutes, and one of them being a turret dive, but a lot of damage being put onto this Nami. He's already blown the flash and the heal this bot lane. The Elise is trying to get something back. Oh, Fate Seals come back. The Elise sinks her fangs in, and the Pantheon picks up his first kill of the match, but Karthus is right there, might try to pick up another one. Elise is gonna find one of her camps taken, but ooh, a lot of damage coming out, but you know you can't jump onto this Karthus or you will die. All he has to do is turn on the AoE, but Popperling is trying to finish him off. The execute will not be enough. Elise just barely survives, but this is going to be the top lane gone for the Elise. This is Karthus's jungle now. Elise cannot do anything, and he walks right into the little Skittle. Oh, wow, no.
That is, and so right there, we're just going to talk about the difference.
Directed cam, bring me back to the Karthus.
Yep, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the difference right there in the elo, just in the general. This is just Cash being on a different level. This is Madara being on a different level. Because this jungle, this does not belong to the red team currently. No. They're going to get pushed out now here. Here we go. Well, in the meantime, what we did not see was topside. We did not see an entire creep wave die. The Kempsey was able to set up a freeze. He now is able to catch this entire wave. We'll see the aftermath of this in about 1.5 minutes when he spins his
Well done from the Air Force. A very solid early game, but looks like Mind is going to try to get a trade here, but Madara is very strong. The shutdown comes through for the Elise, but a lot of damage being traded back. The Karthus passive being utilized. A nice shutdown on Elise, gets some gold back, but Karthus is still going to be very strong. Almost double the camps that the Elise has. We got Grub spawning here in just under a minute. The Ocean Dragon did spawn first. So, well done. Oh no, the Caitlyn's getting caught out. The cleanse goes down. Cleanse and flash, and they're going to just barely get it. Shiro with the flash. Lantern is there, but they know the Elise is right there, and Shiro's just going to try to pick up a second kill, and he does! He gets the double kill. The Elise jumps in. Oh no. Elise is right there. The Thresh falls. The Ash falls. But Karthus avenging his teammates, and this is a bloodbath. 11 kills in just under 6 minutes.
This is going to be an interesting one. You have Karthus, who just got off a base. He bought boots and he bought a dark seal. He has 2 stacks already. This Karthus might become a problem. Except he's extremely greedy.
Yone was looking for it there. He really wanted to get that. But this Karthus should be close to 6 soon, but I don't really think it matters. Gemini jumps in and just dies. The ignite's there, so Elise, oh, the fate sealed to get to safety. Well played from the Yone.
Yeah, well played from the mid laner of Air Force Gaming for sure. This is what happened top lane for that invade. This is what that just afforded them. I mentioned it. It's 45-11 in top lane. He's gonna get turret dove on this wave right here. They're gonna slow push this. They're gonna then dive him on this wave. Then they'll do grubs.
Yeah, they're spam pinging it, but the Karthus has his ult. He doesn't even need to be there. He could just press his R from a mile away. Oh, absolutely gross. But we might also see a fight in the mid lane at the same time. But Elise is trying to get another invade. Oh, there's no smite on either side. The blue buff does go to Karthus, so trying to just get some fight, dodging a lot of the Skittles, but Cocoon will hit on the Yone, and Elise is trying to get one back, and she does. The early game Elise execute damage. Karthus ult comes down as well as the Pantheon ult. Elise will live, but we're about to see another fight here as Yone is still in, stunned up by the Pantheon and by the Elise. Fight is happening just so often, and Gemini is caught out of position, gives another kill to the Yone, his second of the game. 14 kills. We are averaging almost 2 kills a minute. The Elise is attempting to go for grubs, but not going to be able to do much. Oh, Kempsey stunned up by the Cocoon, but I don't really think it matters that much.
It does not matter. It's a level.
He can just 1v2. Oh, mind the Elise trying to solo carry this, but is unable to, and Jax survives. The Yone Jax combination just barely keeps him alive. Gemini is hunting. I don't think he's going to be able to make it there in time. Unfortunately for him, he just wasted about 30 seconds walking up trying to finish off that kill, but no going.
Yeah, so that was definitely a little sloppy, or I'm sorry, not sloppy, I'm sorry. That was very clean coming out of our top winner from Air Force Gaming. This also shows what the difference is. It may only be 6 kill difference, but it's right now it's about a 4.5k gold lead.
Oh, hook miss, but the bubble connects, and Elise picks up a 5th kill. The attempted invade on the blue buff, not successful. A good attempt, but the Navy is right there to secure it. And they're about to invade again. The Cocoon just barely goes by the red buff. Does connect. The Ashe ult, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow will hit the Nami, but there's no damage to follow up. They got the kill into the Karthus, and now they have to get out with their lives. Yone is right there with the Fate Sealed. Will hit both the Nami and the Elise, and the fight has begun. Death Sentence connects onto the Elise. Yone picks up one, but Gemini gets a shutdown. The Ashe will pick up another kill. They're going to chase down the Nami. The slows are in. The burn, and the fish is fried.
The fish gets fried for sure. We have Shiro picking up a couple more kills. This Ashe is going to get out of hand.
This is the most disgusting lane freeze I have ever seen in my life. It's 71 to 22, almost a full Triforce, and this Warwick cannot do anything. So this is unfortunate, but I think we have the Thresh is invading the Navy jungle. Was forced to flash, but these teams are just extremely scrappy. Death Sentence connects onto the Elise, but no damage to follow up. The Jax got there too late. Elise, 7 kills, 4 deaths. Karthus is able to grab the Nami, and the AoE is right there. The Pantheon wall is up. Shiro is trying to get something back. Karthus picks up a double kill. Karthus is about to get a triple kill. Karthus is going to get a quadra kill!
Easy dub for the boys.
God.
Easy fight win. Easy fight win.
The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going bot lane. It is not going to connect onto the Caitlyn. It was extremely close. If it did, I don't know if Yone could have actually successfully dove that well. He did not have the knock-up. He didn't have his ult, but oh. Wow, the Air Force team is running this game.
Big top fight from the boys. Definitely very willing for the Thresh to just lay his body on the line. It actually started out as a 2v3, turned into a 2v4, and then turned into a 3v4, and it ended up being just an absolute slaughter for the Karthus.
7-4-3 on the Karthus, 7-5-3 on the Elise. These two carry junglers. are doing everything they can for their team, but right now, the rest of the Air Force is just so far ahead. 4 kills on the Yone, 25 CS goal, 25 CS lead, 65 in the top lane, and they can just dive this Warwick again.
Yeah,
the Karthus ult is ready. Kempsey is caught by the cocoon. The fear is there. The stun's going to connect onto just the Warwick, but Elise is there to get the execute damage. But Karthus just hits 3 Skittles, and she is 100% dead. Absolutely melted, about 75% of her health gone in 3 hits.
Yeah, this Karthus is already beyond scaled past this Elise usefulness.
Karthus, just press your ult and you kill Pantheon right now.
So Elise may have a few kills under her belt, but she's currently 95 to 49 in CS. So the difference in XP down 2 levels is a big difference, about 500 gold.
Oh no! Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects onto the Nami. The Requiem was used, but it's not necessary. The absolute wallet slapping that the Air Force is doing to the Navy right now. A 6,000 gold lead at 13 minutes, and it's about to be even more. Oh, a great body block by Shiro. The Pantheon ult comes through, does connect, will kill the Ashe, the massive shutdown into the Pantheon's pocket, but again, there's just too much of a gold lead right now. That shutdown was 500, but I don't really think that's going to matter that much.
This is the boys having fun still. Just wait until 14 minutes and there's no plates. The game's going to start getting really difficult for them.
Oh, yes. The Yone trading exceptionally well should have been countered by the Pantheon, but half-healthing the Pantheon while taking almost no damage in return. The Blade of the Ruin King finished for Yone. Warwick is still only at 32 CS, cannot step up, about to get Flame Horizon under 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a iffy in the tiffy for sure. But play.
A lot of damage connecting. Oh no! Pantheon dashed in, gets hit by the knockup. A lot of damage coming out from the Elise, though. Will secure another kill. 10 kills to the Elise, but again, you have 10 kills. Karthus has 8, but he is 65 CS ahead of you, and it doesn't matter. Tidal Wave will hit a couple, but Shiro is alive. Madara is alive, and they are going to slow. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects, trying to get some. The cocoon hit onto Ashe. Shiro is running down the spider, puts an arrow in its back, and sends him to the grave.
Yeah, that still a little bit of a disjointed fight. It just goes to show, though, the Elise may have kills, but she is behind. She is behind several levels.
Okay, so there are 39 kills in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and
analysis, please.
Yeah, and there's an 8K gold lead at 14 minutes, and I'm telling you, now that plates are down, we're gonna see the game completely balloon.
Yone's going to start up the Herald by himself while Madara is taking the Dragon. Only took 3 grubs total in the entire game between both teams, so it doesn't really matter. The Jax died solo to Warwick.
No, Kempsey, no, you did not.
Oh,
did he?
I think he yeah, there's a soul there. After that fight bot lane, it was 23 to 15 and popped up. Warwick has a kill and Jax was just dead. Maybe got a little bit too greedy, forgot that Warwick had that suppression still in his back pocket. The press the attack, giving that bonus damage now after they changed it for the rest of the fight. As long as Warwick is in combat, that bonus damage is applying to anyone that he hits.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting change to the room. We see the Air Force Gaming looking for some setup on the top side. They're currently walking in.
Cocoon misses, but the death sentence does not. Tidal Wave's fallen out. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow will connect to the Warwick, but that increased tenacity does not mean anything. However, there is no follow-up as Caitlyn... Oh, no, Yone. 4-man fate sealed, but it does not matter. Bubble will connect onto Karthus, but he's calling down the Requiem. Oh, Elise dodges expertly. A lot of damage, but Kempsey is right there to clean up the Caitlyn. Thresh on the Ignite will fry another fish, and Shiro will shoot the Warwick in the back. Jax gets a double kill. The Pantheon flying down over Braxy, grabs another kill. But again, these kills are not mattering. They do not matter at all. Demolish Proc will destroy the rest of the turret, and Kempsey is now on a killing spree.
Yeah, the Air Force Gaming pretty much running over a lot of these fights. The Karthus is very scaled, definitely too much damage coming out. I definitely think it's gonna be a quick one. So really the biggest thing is going to be executing the game plan of the comp for the Navy team. Really, it all kind of went down the drain whenever the top lane play happened, because Ashe was able to get first blood, able to get it back, get an early longsword. We have a fight going on right now, and that is Elise
another
going
fight
down.
going. Directed camera decides to be really stupid. Good job, Riot Client. Fix your crap.
So, but really the biggest thing is going to be executing their game plan. So obviously the Caitlyn started behind before she was even able to get into lane. She's the lane that actually is the closest in CS. She's only down 10. She's 1, 2, and 2. She's pretty much the only hope, and even then that is too far of a stretch to even be a thing. But it's a good sign for what's to come. So hopefully that their top laner plays a little bit more standard. I think this shows the importance of.
It's just madness. It's mayhem. It's, oh my gosh. It's just brutal. Close your eyes. This is supposed to be family friendly. This is not family friendly. There are 50 kills in less than 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. Elise is trying everything she can to solo carry this game, but Elise cannot 1v9.
Yeah, Elise still getting a lot of kills, but Elise is down 100 CS, as well as so is the top laner. So we have 2 Flame Horizons currently in this game.
Oh my gosh. Counter-Strike will not connect onto the Caitlyn. Elise has taken down the Thresh. Jax is going to fall again, and they are spam pinging their own teammates.
The boys are having some fun for sure. The boys
they're definitely just like laughing, like ha 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 ha.
Absolutely, they could have just done Herald. They could have just then done Barry
They
in
haven't
1
even
minute.
taken Herald.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
They just want to end the game.
The Nexus inhibitor will fall. Karthus is getting caught out, but a lot of damage. And this Karthus does have Requiem. Will use it. It's going to take down the Nami. Do a healthy bit of damage to the Pantheon. The Caitlyn. Yone is trying. Connects the knockup onto just the Pantheon. Flashing forward. Cannot reach the Caitlyn. And oh, they didn't even want to show it. They didn't want to show it. It was too graphic. A triple kill for the Caitlyn. Oh
The
no.
missed flash hook. Oh no.
Misses the flash hook, but Caitlyn's going to be able to net trap away. MC is trying. Oh, he's going to blast cone over, but I don't think it's going to matter. No, there's a ward! There's a ward over the wall. Thresh misses another Lancer, but Kempsey is just going to taunt them. Just wait in the base. Jump back over to his teammate. Oh my gosh. 58 kills. 58 kills and a 12,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. What a game to start us off. This is how North America plays. We play fast, we play dirty.
We play fast for sure. Definitely cool, fun games. Hoping to see a comeback here.
Oh, Madara's getting caught out again. I believe that's 2 or 3 times in a row now he's getting caught out.
Yeah, really the problem is they just need to group. You just need to decide either you group for objectives or you're gonna push down towers.
Elise is just gonna be able to quick pick everybody off. The later this game goes, the death timers is just gonna actually mean something. Yone is about to get caught here, just barely. Shiro grabs another kill. The Warwick has just not been the pick that they wanted it to be. Elise going to, just barely grab another kill. Getting some heals, gonna potentially try to steal this, but no, they had a ward. Jax is there. Cocoon connects. Kempsey falls again. Oh, Thresh is just trying to get some damage, trying to get something. The Ignite will burn the spider down, but this is gonna be a picked up dragon and yet another objective bounty going over to the Navy.
Yeah, this is some greedy play for sure. If their Ash cannot get the Ash can't leave the pit, so.
A minute and a half ago, the gold lead was 12,000. Now it's only 11,800. I mean, I think the Navy's just hard throwing at this. I mean, the Air Force is hard throwing at this point.
Yeah, really.
You can't see my face. I'm being extremely sarcastic.
Obviously, yes. Yeah. So the biggest difference is just going to be that farm lead. And for anyone that didn't know, my reference earlier as far as the Flame Horizon goes, so that's whenever you beat your lane opponent by 100 CS. So it was coined by the top laner from Azubu Blaze named Flame, where he would very regularly over 100 CS his lane opponents.
We're about to get a Flame Horizon from the Jax. He's picking up an entirely bot. Oh, Cocoon connects and just blind phase checking, but blind phase checks from both teams. Oh, Caitlyn does pop the cleanse, is able to get out. A lot of damage. The Karthus is just two-shotting everybody. Bubble will connect onto the threat. They're going to try to group him down the flank, push him back. Karthus Requiem does half of the remaining health from the Navy team. And the Nami cannot heal up all of this. Trying to get some extra bit of damage down. Madara, doing 25% of Nami's health with 1 Q. The Warwick all connects. That healing, he was so low, and now Shiro is caught again. 16 kills for the Nami. Oh, not walking in close enough. The Karthus is about a quarter of the way done with the cooldown. Fate Seal will not connect. Trying to juke, but it does not matter. But Yone is now stuck in a bad spot. The Caitlyn is unstoppable. This has been less of you analyzing and just more of me casting.
Yeah, so really the difference right now, they're just trying to hit them with their wallets. It's kind of sad just because I think the macro has just been kind of bad. A little bit of selfish play coming out of the solo laners, a little bit of greed.
If they just grouped, the game's over.
Yeah, so it's actually interesting.
Hey, Ash, no you did not. No you did not. The Ash sold all of their items and then rebought them back just for SMGs.
Yeah, it's the undo. Yeah.
Oh.
No, they just undo. Yeah. So, really, it's just been them hitting them with their wallets. It's been poor play. We'll watch this Baron fight.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects to Pantheon. The Baron does go down for the Air Force, but I think this Thresh might be in a little bit of a bad spot. Going to go back in with the Death Sentence. The bubble connects, and yeah, it's just at one point, we're praising them for their exceptional early game. They played it so well. They were just out executing at every level. Now these are just silly, stupid mistakes. The only reason why the Air Force is ahead is as far ahead as they are is because they had the early game. They're only up 6 kills right now. They have 8 turrets, but again, these stupid mistakes could still potentially lose you the game. You are right. Stupid mistakes. You have like a 0.1% chance that it happens, but it's still very possible.
No, absolutely. And really, the comp is a 1-3-1 comp coming out of the Air Force, but they're not executing it properly. They're not waiting for. They're not making plays on their tempo. There's been several times where there's been a split call where someone will fight something thinking that their solo laner will come, and then somebody else will not come, and then it ends up being an odd number fight, and that's where they keep losing. We have a collapse here at the blue buff.
Oh, Elise gets stunned up by the counter strike. The Warwick ult will connect onto Karthus. He's so far deep and a lot of damage from the AoE. The Karthus ult is going to get called down. Could potentially just kill. It will not. The Caitlyn is so low, slow burning. Nami heals, but Jax is going to stun up the Nami, get minion blocked. The jump onto Caitlyn, and she's trying to run away. Oh, just barely can. A lot of damage from the Elise. The Death Sentence will connect. Does pick up the kill on the Kemsey. Fate Seal hits both, and I believe that should be it. The minions in the top lane. This should be it, and the first game of this best-of-3 series goes to the Air Force, absolutely demolishing the Navy.
Yeah, I actually wonder if the boys are going to end right here. Let's see if they will. Definitely an absolute
They
mess.
have to.
Oh yeah, they have 20. No, my fault. I thought the Caitlyn's 10. I thought the Caitlyn was on the same timer as Nami. I apologize. Yeah, the game's on.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Shiro!
Supportal combat.
No, they are not going to end. Oh, the Yone just ran under the Nexus turret, or the fountain as well. So for those of you that don't know, if you go under this little area up in the top right corner where you see the steps where you spawn, there's a laser that does 1,000 true damage per second. True damage deals damage regardless of your armor, of your magic resist. And if you dive turret, if you dive fountain, you have to be at 10,000 health Cho'Gath, or you will die in only like 2 seconds.
Yeah, this is the boys having a little bit of fun. That's This is a key right here. Dead. There it is.
Oh!
That's
The spider falls right onto the Skittle and gets absolutely popped.
That's perfect
12,
timing from the
7, and
Karthus.
17. Oh my gosh. And Channel Cristero is good for 3 points.
This is an absolute diff for sure. This is an interesting one. You have 17 kills on the Elise, so like you have a little bit of shimmering hope. You have Caitlyn who hung in there as far as CS, but really it's because they were playing 1-3-1 and the Karthus was eating everything on the map. But let's hope that they're able to execute their comp a little bit better in the early.
I want to see if Karthus can. I want to see if Karthus can one-shot Nami.
Does he have Dark Harvest? No, he can't.
Yeah, he does.
No,
Karthus
yeah, he
has Dark
can't.
Harvest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't. He's probably able to.
He has the Shadow Flame. He has the Rabadons. Only 10 stacks on the Magi. He's kind of fallen off a little bit. They're trying to do a final fight. The Requiem did go down. Does not deal that much because they're all healing, but it looks like the Air Force is kind of getting a little too greedy here. Braxy is going to get mowed down by 4 members of the Navy. Meanwhile, Pantheon went a little too far. Right now, they're just trying to deal the damage onto this Jax. Karthus picks up a double kill. He will pick up a triple kill. Is this going to be a pentakill for Madara? Oh, 30% of the health from this Caitlyn down. The 90 caliber net is not there. Oh, no. No!
Oh my gosh, the
barely,
pentakill!
Just barely could not make it. The minions will take down the Nexus and win the Air Force the first game. An almost 15,000 gold lead, 91 kills in 29 minutes. Oh my gosh, I think I said about 4 times as many words as you did that entire game because they just wanted to fight. All they wanted to do that entire game was fight, fight, fight. If I didn't know the ranks, if I legitimately did not know the ranks, I would have assumed Iron Bronze game just by the way they just wanted to fight and do nothing else.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting game. Really, they played an early game comp. They may have fallen behind in the early game, but they were fortunate enough to find enough picks to be able to keep them in the game for a lot longer than they should have been. They definitely were behind a lot more than maybe meets the eye just because of the sloppy gameplay. It was still a pretty quick game, and that was with them having a little bit of fun. Really, the biggest difference is it's 0 towers to their whole entire base. So
yeah,
that is something that is a big difference. That's a lot of gold. There's so much standing gold. Maybe if they were able to get a few more kills in some of those fights and they were able to translate those into a few turrets, get some objective bounties, get a few neutral objectives, they were able to pick up, I believe, 1 dragon. But even then, that dragon isn't worth anything. Value of dragon, it's things like 800 gold or 700 gold or something like that. It or 500 gold, I think, and then it scales whenever you get soul, obviously. So.
Yeah, the Warwick pick was kind of the nail in the coffin there. The Elise, the Pantheon, the Caitlyn, they were all holding on. Nami was just she was hitting bubbles. She was hitting tidal waves, but the Warwick, they were just able to get so fed off of him. They were able to just build this massive gold lead in the top lane, 100 CS. You're averaging about 3,000 gold just there, not counting those kills.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's really draft is going to make a big difference. Yeah, so a little bit cleaning up from the drafts. Obviously, the top lane pool got pinched a little bit. I would say so, just because you have Ignite as well as Barrier. So hopefully they're able to get him a comfort pick early and him have a little bit more impact in the game.
Yeah, I want to know if the Navy is actually going to swap any players out. We have seen that from a lot of the series that we've had so far. I think only one team out of the 8 teams that we've seen play so far have actually not swapped anyone between games. But we will find out after we come back from this break. Thank you for joining us. and welcome back to game 2 of the Navy versus the Air Force. I'm again Mega, joined by Cal, and
Yeah,
oh,
Ocal Zone. Yeah, we
it's
flubbed the intros a little bit on the beginning of broadcast, but we are
yeah,
straightened out now. All technical difficulties have been overcome, and we are ready for game 2.
just what a game we just watched. My throat's starting to hurt a little bit. I considered casting the EU series, but I was like, you know what? No, I want to rest up. I don't want to do 2 series in one day. But I am so glad I did not, because after doing that series earlier, if I had to do that last game, I think I'd just be like, I'm tapping out. Mariella, get in there. I can't do it anymore. That was ridiculous. If you are just joining us and you missed it, you can sub to see the VOD. It will be uploaded afterwards. And if you would like to help support the AFDL and make more of these events possible, you can click the link below the stream or type !donate in the chat. Anything that you can donate is very much appreciated. Putting on these events is a great way to build camaraderie between all branches of the military, and everybody who's participated in them it very much enjoys, although I'm not really sure how much the Navy is enjoying after that last game.
Yeah, that was a brutal one for sure. You definitely had to do a lot more talking as a shoutcaster.
Oh, really? You don't say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
don't,
but no,
don't
it was
say?
definitely a very interesting game. I think draft played out a little bit messy. I think that the Navy really needs to prioritize getting their top laner on a comfort pick. I think that he's a little bit. It was a little bit of a volatile top lane, not even because of the level 1. That just exasperated the point.
I mean, running Barrier, Ignite, Warwick, you don't really have an easy way to get back to lane. So if you are just put behind, if you can't heal, if you can't fight, lethal tempo is no longer in the game. And that was half of Warwick's kind of strength in the top lane, is he could just take these fights, use his Q auto reset, get those auto attacks in, and just deal a lot of damage. Grasp exists, yes, but the counter strike from Jax will block the auto attack damage, so you're not healing as much. So a good counter pick from the Air Force, and we will have the Navy on the blue side this game. So interesting to see what bans we're going to get, what picks are going to be prioritized. The Caitlyn last game was strong, but was not strong enough to overcome the might of a Karthus, a Jax, a Yone, and a Fedash.
Yeah. I really think that the key for the Navy this draft is going to be trying to secure their top laner a comfort pick. Really, that's the biggest thing. The top laner for the Air Force is an extremely mechanical fighter style player, and he's going to be
We can
able
tell.
to exploit a lot of the champion pool of the Navy top laner. Oh, and our first 2 bans actually have just come in.
So we are gonna get a Camille ban again, as well as another Malphite ban. So looks like the Air Force is just gonna stick to that. You know what? We put their top laner on a very not comfort pick. So let's just do it again. Another Xerath ban out. So
Yeah.
but right now we have half of the same bans that we had from the first game. We're still looking for the Maokai, Akali, and I cannot remember the last ban.
Yeah, so I think the only band that'll change is maybe the last band of the Navy. I think that the Air Force bands will be the exact same. I don't think that they're worried about anything in particular. It'll be just pinching the top lane pool even more than it is. They might actually bring the priority of the Ornn pick up from the second part of the draft to the first part. Obviously, no Malphite duty this game for the top laner, so no free bailouts, regardless of how unused or how behind that champion is. He is always useful. Ornn needs to be able to scale, so it's a little bit more difficult, but. It is.
They don't want to deal with the Karthus.
Yeah.
They really don't want to deal with Madas's Karthus. The Ornn and Elise gone this time. So they left the Akali up, but the Navy will insta-lock that Caitlyn. The marksman, again, that did a lot of damage, that was holding on very strong for the longest time. But again, like I said, you cannot overcome 4 champions, one of which that can just nuke you from wherever he is on the map.
Yeah,
they won't have to deal with that this game, though.
Yeah, he was removed, and that's a good call. I also think it's interesting that the Air Force ended up banning the Elise. I just think that it gives them a lot of agency as far as early game priority, and obviously they slammed the Pantheon, which seems like a very interesting pick. He plays a lot of kind of like melee style mages, assassins. So it'll be interesting to see what he picks this game. Them getting rid of the Karthus is definitely the right decision. It's going to be really hard. I think that the Navy is going to try to secure a brand pick here, and I'm thinking that they're and there's the Nidalee. I didn't get a chance to talk about it before it showed up. I was going to say, regardless of what the jungler picks, Cash's Nidalee is going to be the problem. Madara's Nidalee is going to be coming for him. So I was actually able to go and compete at a LAN with the Air Force team, and actually he played Nidalee in our quarterfinal match, and we ended up getting top 3 at a LAN with the Air Force team. He played Nidalee.
Nice. But the Vayne counter picking himself. Vayne infamously not good into Caitlyn virtually at any stage of the game because she's so weak. She is such low range, and Caitlyn in the late game with 4 items, now with the crit item changes, can just headshot Vayne from 100 to 0 because Vayne has to get so close. The 90 caliber neck giving that true sight. So I'm not sure what the Air Force's 80 carry. I don't know what Shiro's thinking here, but after last game, I'm going to let him cook.
Oh, and then we have the Kennen pick. So I actually wonder if this is going to be a Vayne top. It is flexible. I think it actually might be a Vayne top. I think with the Kennen pick as well, that's going to be interesting. Man, Wombo. They're playing
Kennen Diana.
AP Wombo too. So far they haven't shown any tank. So this will be interesting to see how they decide to round out their comp. I actually wonder if this is going to be mid lane Kennen. I don't think I saw their top laner really playing many games of it. So we'll see what ends up happening. Sorry, I turned for the mic.
You're fine. Okay. I like the Kennen pick. Kennen is one of those top laners that I really just like to play. Have you've heard of the streamer Captain Flowers, the LCS caster?
Of course. The GOAT.
He does viewer games every now and then, and I'm in his Discord, and there are actually a couple clips of me playing Kennen on his viewer streams and getting some nasty flanks, and it's always fun whenever he pops off casting you. Yeah, I'm energetic. He's just better.
Yeah, Captain. There we go.
Ooh.
Okay. All right,
Air Force. Air Force, we were just told, missed a ban. Now, as an Air Force member, was that intentional?
No, I don't think they could get it together. Who's running ban? Is it Kempsey? He's top pick? Yeah, he probably couldn't get it together.
Freaking Kempsey, come on, man. The Ahri is locked in for the mid lane. We get rid of the Ashe, Heimer, and the Vi. I'm not sure why you'd get rid of the Vi. Diana is primarily a jungler now, not going in the mid lane.
I mean, they do play. I think it could still be a Dynamid. The jungler does play it. Their mid laner does play it. I think it's going to be really difficult though for this Kennen to play. I mean, really, there's a lot of they have a mobile team. A lot of people with dashes, very easy to get out. Plus, you have to worry about getting charmed, and you have to worry about getting condemned away immediately. Because if you slicing Maelstrom in, you go flash in, and there's the Draven pick. It's gonna be a Vayne top. So there's gonna be a Draven. Is Shiro's Draven? I wish that Camille wasn't banned.
What if that's Kempsey's Draven? We have seen a
Shiro's. Yeah, I know him. this is Shiro's.
Just let
Draven.
me have this one, okay?
No, this is Shiro's Draven. This is a pick. I believe it was banned from him in the last game. I'm not sure. I was expecting to see Ashe Draven is really what I was expecting for them to slam, is what I was hoping for. I really wanted them to first pick that Ashe. I wanted them to slam Draven. We then see the Lulu pick coming out from the Navy here now.
Caitlyn Lulu versus Draven and an unknown support. So saving that last pick for support, I don't know if that's confidence from the Air Force or if they just like showing off a little bit.
No, it's skill check. I don't know if this, well, first off, they pick their own champions. That's why. They just don't care about trading. They're just slam their own picks. They don't care, I think is what it is. Yeah, we have the Bard. The roaming Bard, it's going to be Zach. So is that going to be a Zach top? Or wait, Kennen, let me think. It's Zach jungle. It's down in mid.
That could be a Zach mid. We did see it a lot last split. Or not last split. Sorry, summer last year. Zach mid was a high priority pick just because of the mobility, the tankiness, this raw amount of damage that he can do, percent max health, along with the healing. He is a very solid champion right now in the game, but a massive team fight comp. The Zach engage followed up by the Diana and the Kennen, but there's the Bard to neutralize all of it. Yep. If they are grouped up and the Bard can see that they're in a bad spot, he can just pop the ult right on top and just delay that team fight.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting how these team fights end up playing out. I think the draft is very interesting. I it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a Diana mid. I think it'll be a Zach jungle. I'm wrong. There we go. I'm wrong. So it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be tough. I think it's going to be tough. The mid 2v2 is going to be it's going to be very lopsided towards the Nidalee and Ari early. So I expect to see Nidalee playing very aggressively. We saw that level, I believe it was 3 invade, and it ended up snowballing top side of the map way harder than even that one camp was worth. It'll be very
So
interesting too for their bot lane. The bot lane is going to be a little spicy because if the Caitlyn gets ahead, it's hard for the Draven. But if the Draven cashes out once, the game becomes very difficult for Caitlyn.
oh yeah. So the one thing I like about Ari into Zach, especially during laning, is if he tries to jump over the wall, all Ari has to do, and after seeing um what the mid laner did last game, all he has to do is hit that charm and just dissuades that engage so hard.
Yeah, so you also have the stand aside from Draven. You have that interaction. You also have the condemn from Vayne. She can condemn him out of his jump still too. So like it's definitely they have some deny. They don't have that much CC as far as reliable CC goes. A lot of it's all skill shot based. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially if they're able to scale because the Zac is going to be able to tank through some of their damage. But they do have a Vayne on the top side. That is really going to be just the insurance factor. Kennen later in the game, if he is not able to one tap her, which she's going to build tankier, so he's not going to be able to.
And Kennen versus the Vayne, it should be in favor of the Kennen. Kennen can farm from a decent bit away, can hit those Qs, and AP Kennen should be able to chunk out this Vayne because again, Vayne has, I believe, the second lowest base health of any champ in the game.
I think it's Yumi then Sona, right?
It's
is it?
Vayne is definitely bot
Vayne's
5,
low.
but I do know Yumi's
No,
Yumi's is, I believe, base 500. So incredibly low.
So this matchup, you do say that Kennen does well, but it's all depending on how he plays it because there's really going to be two ways of playing it. There's the right way and there's the way that a lot of people play it. So
it's the right way and the way everybody else does it.
No, I'm telling you. There we go. We're transitioning. Here we go. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see how top lane plays out. If the Kennen plays aggressive and throws his Q, and then the Vayne dodges it, she can punish very hard. But if he plays passive and plays scales and plays safe, well, you have a free farming Vayne that you're now going against, and I think that you now just lose. So it's actually going to be on the Kennen to play a little bit aggressive. We'll see if he is actually able to do that. He's actually, well, yeah. We have an invade coming into the bot lane try. Air Force is invading.
No roster swaps here. So first game out of 4 series that we've had here for League of Legends that no one has swapped roles, swapped players at all. But a nice invade here from the Air Force is going to be able to... Oh, they're not going to take this red, though. They are going to back out. But 3 members from the Navy are on the Navy's red side. Vayne's about to face check in. Ooh. Thundering Shuriken misses. The Elastic Slingshot also misses.
Yeah, this is absolute disaster for the mid laner. Starting E on Zac, absolute disaster. The range is very short. That's why a lot of Zac jungles don't gank it to level 4 because they need that extended range on his E. This is now going to be extremely difficult. This is going to be first blood.
Kempsey is ghosting. And Mind is going to have to flash over the wall, but trade a ghost for a flash. I think that's a great trade.
Trade from the Vayne.
I cannot speak.
Yeah, we have the Diana then pathing over after starting on the Air Force Raptors.
But Nidalee was able to get a solid invade off because they knew where the Diana was, and she's going to be able to take almost the entire bot side of this Diana. You're trading a Raptor for literally red Raptors and Krugs. A very good engage here from Madara.
That is correct. That is the difference in actually actively playing the game and then just going your lane and sitting under tower. There's absolutely no reason why somebody couldn't have been there to actually harass the Nidalee on their side of the map. So it's definitely a heads-up play coming from Kempsey. Definitely a big one, getting that Diana splash. It's definitely really big for the early game. So what's going to be very tough is going to be the fact that it's going to be 3 quadrants against 1 and a camp. So it's going to be basically 5 camps getting cleared for the Diana. You then have 5 plus 1, 6 plus 3 more. You have 9 camps going to the Nidalee in the early game. This could get ugly very quickly. This Nidalee is going to be accelerated. Expect her to go ahead and get her first back off early, and then go ahead and look to invade the Diana.
So we're getting weird audio delays, but I believe the first blood is... I'm not really sure what is going on here.
Yep. Right.
Unfortunately, the Gemini was able to grab the first blood with the help of the Diana. Madara is here, but so is the rest of the team. Paparoling is going to connect onto the charm. A stun for Braxy and a great combo. 3 versus 1 just picks off the Diana. Great play from the Air Force to get a kill back after that first blood for the Zac.
Yeah, in my opinion, just sloppy from the RE. That Zac should have really had a hard time laning early, considering he started E and he ends up giving first blood. Maybe up 10 CS, but that's just sloppy. Maybe he took a turret shot. I didn't.
About to get a fight here, but Vane's able to get a decent bit of chunk onto the Viscerae.
So look at the top wave, though. Man, that freeze, this is going to be gnarly.
All he's doing is just keeping it freezed up against this enemy top laner. Well done. But this one, it's a different matchup than the Warwick. The Kennen can farm from range. So Madara has the smite, does waste Mind's time. It had no vision.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad.
Spear
this is a flashless Diana.
Oh,
this is
wow.
Diana here.
Madara is doing a massive amount of damage. The Ahri is roaming up as well. Tries to dash through. The charm point blank connects, and the Diana falls again. 0-2 already in 5 minutes. Nidalee up almost double the camps and just rolling over this matchup, just showcasing that level diff, that skill diff, a challenger versus an emerald player. Every emerald player is like, you know what, I could be challenger, I really could, and Madara is showing that you cannot.
Yeah, this is one of those things that just goes to show you. I will say this though, it's only a 1K gold lead, but the Air Force is playing Vayne top. It's going to be really just scaling out of control.
Right now, Kennen's actually farming really well compared to what he was doing last game. He's getting a lot better farm just because that ranged matchup, you're not able to be zoned off the wave that easily. Got some more fights bot lane. Braxy not going to connect on the stun, so a little bit of a disengage in the sad B. Oh, the sad B emote.
Yeah, hopefully we're able to see Air Force crash this wave, look for a dive here. That's what I'm expecting to come out. See if Diana's able to cover.
I don't think Diana's going to be able to get there in time. The flash stun connects. The ignite is down. Barrier and a Lulu shield, but the Caitlyn is alive still. Mind picks off Shiro. They went a little too deep. Oh, Bard is right there, is able to grab on. Oh no! Mind is not able to get in. Oh, the flash, the jump over. Oh, but is he going to be able to hit the dragon? He is not. His speed boost is there. Oh, Madara. Madara, don't do it. I know you want to do it, but don't do it. Hits a great spear, chunks Mind out. He's trying to just get some more damage down. Polymorph sways a little bit, but he's really cocky about this one. He still wants to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 4v3. This is a 4v3 with 2 people low. This is very smart. This is very smart coming out of the Air Force.
Gemini does not connect on the elastic slingshot. The charm does, but Shiro is there trying to get some damage back. The red buff falls for the Diana. Oh, Nidalee steps on the trap. The charm connects onto Zac, but the ult is there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the Vayne was able to solo kill the Kennen as we are just engaged with this bot lane. Zac passive is down, but it's not going to be a follow. All the blobs under the turret. No way to dive it. But that Zach passive being down is really, really good for the side of the Air Force, knowing that they can fight this Zach a little bit easier, that there won't be that bailout of keeping him alive just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and something that a lot of people did not see actually is the bot lane wave. There were probably 2 waves that ended up dying to the bot lane wave, so this Draven should be able to get a little bit of a lead for himself. He's going to have a big level lead against his Caitlyn. See if they're able to kill them at level 6. Very sloppy dive from here, honestly. I mean, even if the Draven flashes for the kill, he still gets the cash out, and they still could have just traded. They didn't expect the Diana to be there in time.
A great play from the Navy here, going to use this tempo and take the grubs. They weren't able to grab any last game. They get all 3 this time. Only 2 to 4 in the kills. So compared to last game, the Navy is doing massively better.
Yeah,
we've gone from iron gaming to gold gaming at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was just their early game last game. They're definitely playing a lot cleaner this game.
Shiro's looking. He wants to get some trade damage. Polymorph and the shield come down, so not much damage being put onto the Caitlyn, and Shiro did take a turret shot there.
I think Shiro's going to look to base here. I think he has a lot of pull. If he's only a long sword up on the Caitlyn, but he still has 40 more CS, then I think that he's just needs to buy still.
This Draven's going to be very disgusting, but 3 turret plates almost. So yeah. Another couple waves, but it looks like we're getting another fight here. Madara is about to get caught out. The Diana ult was there. The elastic slingshot prediction on the Madara. The ignite falls. Gemini picks up 1. Oh, the arms, the stretching strikes. Oh no! Gemini is right there. A great Bard ult will put the Zac in place for 2.5 seconds, but Gemini is chasing the flash stretching strike, but he's trying to get to something. Oh.
Wow. That was a very impressive escape from the Ahri, actually dashing over into the Zac and living.
Somehow did not, in my honest opinion, she did not deserve to live there. And now, sticking around a little bit too long, Gemini is going to be able to pick all this CS up. The Navy did grab the dragon, and we are going to get a little bit more of a scrum in the bot lane, but they're just going to stare each other down and back off.
Yeah, let's see what happens in this bot lane try fight. I believe that they're going to have a 2v3 opportunity with Diana hovering.
Shiro flashes away, keeps the cleanse. Not enough CC, only really the polymorph that he's going to have to polymorph, and the cannon ult that he'll have to deal with to use the cleanse. Oh my god! That's a
big spear. Big spear. This is the
great spear damage. The stun connects, but after the elastic slingshot was used, a lot of damage and a nice shield from the Lulu from Baymax. A lot of damage being traded down, but spears flying like crazy, not going to connect. Kennen is moving down, so we might get a big team fight here. Madara is dealing a lot of damage. Gonna just be able to auto-attack the Diana. Try to dash in, get a trade kill, but Madara is there so with the autos.
Yeah, absolutely super close. And then, the Bard ulti.
Great, the whirling death picks up the Lulu. Gemini is trying. He's charmed. He's ignited. He's going to fall to the turret. Oh my gosh, disaster for the Navy. What looked like a solid fight for them has just turned very, very bad.
Yeah, this is. Let's see how this game ends up ballooning. The Vayne looks like she's performing well. She should be scaling very nicely. Hopefully is able to impact the map a little bit as the time goes on. Madara invading.
He's just playing extremely aggressively, but this isn't last game. You are not hyper fed right now. I don't think this works out the way that you intend. The Diana was able to grab Nashor's Tooth, a full completed item, and the Dark Seal. So a lot of damage from this Diana. Great 1v1 potential.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a little bit of an XP difference. They're obviously sacking bot lane. The Draven gets out after the 3-man collapse fails. All of their tempo is going to waste. The only thing that they can get is a consolation prize, maybe a plate. They might have to be forced to dive the Draven here, and that could be ugly. Oh, they ended up recalling. The Diana recalled. Well, that's just grubs for nothing.
Air Force will pick up 3 grubs. We're tied up 3-3. No little Void Mites for anybody, but there's extra pushing power on both sides. With Caitlyn, Diana, and Draven, Vayne, these 4 champions are just able to do a lot of damage to the turret. The Vayne with the auto attack resets from her Q. Oh, a great engage from the Diana. The Slicing Maelstrom will go on to the Nidalee. Picks up 1. The Charm connects. Gemini is in with the Stretching Strikes. Connects on 2. Bouncing around. But Kempsey is untouched, dealing a lot of true damage to the entirety. A Charm connects onto Minus. He's trying to get away. Oh, the Malignance is out, so that bonus damage. Gemini. Oh, a passive popped, stunned into the wall as he was trying to escape. A lot of, oh no! They didn't kill it in time! Wild Growth picks up Kempsey, knocks up Kempsey.
Oh,
Gemini is still
disaster.
alive! The ace in the hole picks up another kill! Oh my god!
Man.
Why didn't you hit him?
Yeah, they were trying to pass the kill off to the Vayne, ended up being a little bit greedy. They didn't see the Lulu over the wall ready to polymorph as soon as he was able to get out of passive. Man, yeah,
instantaneous Wild Growth kept him alive. Put his health from maybe 100 to 400. The knockup on the Vayne. Oh, Shiro is getting going a little too far up, but Mind might have bit off a little more than he could chew. Almost gets solo killed. A little bit of a heal from Braxy gives him the assist, but Mind went a little bit too far. A nice cash in for the Draven.
Yeah, big cash in for the Draven. Let's see what Shiro buys here. Bloodthirst for boots, and I expect maybe. Oh, there it is. He bought a dagger. he bought a dirk, and he bought a pickaxe. He is huge here. You see this Nidalee passing through mid tower, invading these camps. Very efficient counter jungling. We're gonna now see, I think, the game turn. It's gonna be very difficult.
Bard Magical Journey goes through. Gemini does follow. The ult misses everything, but right now they're just stuck. The Charm will thread the needle, connects onto Baymax. And nothing really else. A nice stun stops the elastic slingshot, but the Air Force really just has to give this up. The Kennen teleport comes out, but this just means that the Vayne's going to be able to free push his top lane, trade that dragon for some extra gold and that turret, and the turret gold.
Yeah, I wonder if that's worth it though. Yeah, the Vayne's accelerated. She gets a turret. The Ahri gets a turret. I'm gonna go ahead and say not worth. Really, they're just putting all of their eggs in their basket of dragon stacking. If they're able to get to Soul, it'll be worth it for them. But if the Air Force is able to maybe even get one of the next 2 dragons, the game's gonna be very difficult.
But look at the Dragon Soul. We have the Cloud Soul, and with this team fight comp, but the Kennen has gone in. Braxy is just barely not gonna make it out. Wild Growth onto the Caitlyn, trying to keep her alive, but the Vayne is doing a lot of damage. A spear connects onto Diana. So much damage from this team. The elastic slingshot hits the Vayne, but it does not matter. Ahri takes down the Lulu. Kennen does actually pick up the Vayne. It is all over the place. Such a wild and chaotic fight. The Nidalee is trying to chase down the Zac. It will happen. A little bit of a misplay there. Zac drops the Ignite unnecessarily. Not even close to the kill, so a wasted summoner there.
Yeah, I don't agree with the decision from the Kennen to ulti the Bard. He uses whole entire team fight tool on one single member, and it's probably the least important member considering you have a lot of damage coming out from the other 4. If it was a Senna support or somebody like that, that might be a little bit more understandable.
So before we got brutally interrupted by another team fight, what I was saying is this Cloud Soul, you have a team fight comp on the side of the Navy. You have Diana, who wants to use the ult. You have Kennen, who wants to use the ult. You have the Zac, when able to move around faster, get to these carries, and just deal that extra little bit of damage. If the Navy is able to get this Cloud Soul, especially that lower ult cooldown, is so effective. They can take so many more fights. They can posture around the Baron and just start to force. But Mind is going in. Madara is almost caught out. A great Bard all connects onto 2, but the ace in the hole threads the needle, grabs the Nidalee, but the slicing Maelstrom will hit nothing. Gemini is trying to go into Wild Growth, does knock up 1. A double kill for the Caitlyn. Some traps are laid down. Ahri is teleported right on top of them, but it does not matter. Just so much mobility. The Ahri is so fed. Kempsey is able to last hit onto Kennen. A lot of fighting. We are back to what we had last game. Significantly less fighting, but still a lot. 30 kills in 18 minutes. This is much more methodical play from both sides, but it's looking a lot closer.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot more fighting, or it's still the same amount of fighting in plays, but different amount of kills. Very interesting. Nice solo kill.
Kempsey. Kempsey, that was nasty, but he's going to have to make a decision here. The Vayne ult is thrown down, but they're just trying to get some damage down. Polymorph hits, but 3 autos, and you're able to take half the health of the Lulu. And Kempsey grabs the Zac passive, throws the ult, and is able to get out.
Yeah, we also have the tier 2 going down, I believe, in the top lane. Ahri split pushing right now. They don't have a match. It's engaged.
Crushing Strikes does hit the Vayne. A great Diana ult forces 2 flashes. The Bard will magical journey out, but it's going to be followed by 3 members. Madara is in and out.
Ooh, the Nidalee Spear hits on the Lulu.
Nidalee Spear hits Lulu, puts him down to less than 100 health. Another spear goes out, just trying to grab him, but Madara is not in a good spot, does not see the cannon. The elastic slingshot and the whirling death does not pass through. Stopped by the champions. Keeps the Lulu alive. It's a little bit more misplay. Another slicing Maelstrom, and Shiro is again just caught out in a bad spot.
Yeah, the gold lead is still going to be growing though in the Air Force's favor, even though they did end up beating over a few kills. They were able to secure 2 tier 2 turrets.
Ahri is just dashing away, does not connect on the charm, so there's not going to be a kill on Diana. Going back in, but a great stun sets up the deceptive orb. Well done from Braxy.
Yeah, big Bard Q right there, securing that kill for the Ahri.
Big Bard Q. I don't know why, but that's so satisfying to hear.
They
Gemini's
like going through these magical journeys. They like it.
No, Gemini. Nidalee, nice job body blocking for your teammate.
He's gonna base soon anyway. He'll base.
Does not matter. So much tankiness on this Bard already. Should have a couple armor items by now. Madara is gonna start the dragon, start this Cloud Soul stacking. But I don't really think it's going to matter. 2 hyper carry, 80 carries in the bot lane. Ahri is pushing top, and this is just pure map domination again from the Air Force.
Yeah, they're going to start pushing their lead a lot harder. Tier 2s are starting to go down. They're going to start really pushing their lead. The farm lead has really grown in between all of the lanes. You have Draven with the lead, you have Ahri with the lead, you have Nidalee with the 50 CS lead in the jungle, which is actually 50% of what the Diana has. And the Vayne also, having a strong presence side lane as well.
Triforce Kraken Slayer from Vayne. So much damage, but not a lot of self-sustain. Historically, we see the Vaynes go for that Blade of the Ruined King rush. Doesn't really matter this time. Baymax takes about half health. The Whirling Death goes down. Oh no, Shiro again getting a little bit too cocky, but the Wild Growth was used to keep the Caitlyn alive. Without the Wild Growth, I do believe that Caitlyn and the Lulu would have both fallen. So much healing from the Draven, but Bloodthirster and IE Eviscerate is gonna go in, flash dash away, double dash. Ooh, stretching strikes will connect, but Pupperling is going to fall. A Zac, 3 ults used just to shut down the Ahri.
Yeah, they get 950 gold for the Ahri kill. Let's see what the response is going to be from the Air Force. Oop,
It stopped the
getting
magical
punished.
journey. Gemini was able to stop the magical journey, but it does not matter. Mind is in a bad spot, forced to flash out again. Another elastic slingshot and a stun onto Braxy, and he is just caught in a bad spot. Caitlyn on a killing spree.
They want to
Spear
fight this
connects
3v5.
again.
They want to fight this 3v5. Ahri looking to TP in 10 seconds.
They do know where this Caitlyn is. I mean, the Vayne is. Oh, the ult comes out, but this is a 4v1 just running away. The Ghost and the ult were popped. Ace in the hole giving true sight. Mind is blown up. Oh my gosh, he's surviving for so long.
Oh my gosh,
He
gets two.
He should not be able to do that.
Yeah, wonderful
Oh
play
my
from a terrible
god.
position. Wonderful play from a terrible position from the Vayne.
Wow, the
Another
dash
charm.
from the Ahri. In and out, picks up another kill.
Yeah, these spears and
Holy
charms are
crap.
chunking so much. These spears and charms.
This is Skill Shot City. Shiro, why are you in their base?
Shiro
What
is
are you doing?
Shiro's just doing Draven things. That's what he's doing.
Oh my gosh, you are not Singed. You do not proxy. Eviscerate. Epoxy ult. Oh my gosh, Shiro. You
Shiro's
know
doing
Shiro is
Draven
having a
things.
great time right now.
They're having fun. They're enjoying
Oh
themselves.
my
10k
God.
gold lead. Spear does not land. Caitlyn gonna chunk the Nidalee a little bit. They should
What
be looking to
the
set up the
heck?
Baron soon. They would like to bait the Navy in. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for them to crack the base. It's hard for them to dive because of they don't have a lot of reliable CC. They can look for a Bard ulti to try to zone, but that's about it.
An absolute. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether to be impressed with Shiro's guts or concern about Shiro's mind.
I think he's just having fun. He's just standing there saying, "Come and fight me," and he doesn't care what buttons that people use because they're not using them on the Vayne or the Nidalee, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, they're using all these resources just to kill a Draven who's 3 and 6. He's worth the same. He's worth significantly less gold than the priority targets. But we are gonna get a Baron start up. Wild growth onto the Caitlyn, but it does not matter. Another spear connects from long range. Eviscerate is so low. Gemini jumping in, but the Ahri is just melting the backline. Diana attempts to make a comeback, but it does not matter. A 5 for nothing. Oh my gosh, the Air Force is running away with this one.
They're indecisive on their call. I think they're going to look mid to push to end. Let's see. They want to. I don't think that's the right play. The right play was to get...
Shiro!
the
Why
right,
are you throwing your whirling death backwards?
the right play was to get Baron. You can either do that or take 2 inhibs. That's your decision. They decided to pick 2 inhibs and Dragon.
Take 2 inhibitors, and Nidalee is going to be able to push his bot wave, but they might be able to get some Nexus turrets here.
They pick 2 inhibs and Dragon. Let's see if they end up deciding to stay. They're very greedy, so I expect them to. We have the push coming in from the Nidalee on the bot wave, setting up a free Dragon.
Looks like Madara is actually going to get his team to back off, finally. Going to be able to control this Draven a little bit more, but at this point, I don't really think it matters. 15k at 26 minutes. Elastic
Slick
Slingshot
dodge.
misses, but because of the Malignance and the natural build on the ability haste, oh no! Arm went back in, could not account for the wild growth. Ace in the hole does connect. Braxy is not able to block it in time. The Caitlyn does get a nice kill onto the Ahri, and now Braxy is stuck in a bad spot. A great Tempered Fate will stop the counter, it will stop the engage. Kempsey throws down the ult and is going to try to Uzi this and 1v5, but it's not going to matter. Fails the flash over the wall, and the Air Force is just getting run down from bad play after bad play. Madara and Shiro are very happy to just play with them. There are super minions in the base. Cannon's going to be able to clear the wave, not that fast. One Nexus turret's going to be at half health, but Shiro is trying.
Great spear.
He's not gonna be able to go in. But Ari TP'd in. A great charm on a Gemini. That is another one down. Eviscerate is trying. No stun from him. 2 more dashes from the Ari. The Diana misses. No further engage. There's no ult on the Diana for about another 15-20 seconds. So they're just trying. These super minions are attacking the base again.
Yeah, this is still a bloody game with over 50 kills now. It is an entertaining one. They're sieging this block tower. Let's see if they go in.
Mine does go in. A great combo. Not going to be able to find the kill onto Shiro. He's just backing in their face. A great charm. Just last hits onto the Diana. Eviscerate with a fantastic ult. And Caitlyn with a nice headshot. Secures another kill on the Draven. This Caitlyn, despite the rest of the team, is putting on a fantastic show. But Kempsey has something to say about it. Polymorph will hit the Vayne. Is trying. He's searching. Grabs one. Dodges a stretching strike. You are under turret, my friend. They're going to be able to see what a headshot. Oh, a great headshot. But the second Nexus turret falls, an exposed base. No turrets left. Oh my gosh! At this point, you just, like, in your solo queue games, you're like, all right, regroup. Everybody just go to Baron. We run down as one. I don't think the Air Force is going to do that. I think they're going to do some wacky stuff. What are they going to do?
Yeah, I think they're just going to run it down mid. I don't even know if they're going to do the Baron. Doesn't look like they're pathing that way. Looks like they're walking for their blue buff, and they're walking to go and in the game.
This Caitlyn, 13-7, putting on a fantastic performance, trying to keep her team in this.
Yeah, it's a definitely interesting gameplay coming out of Shiro. I will say this though, even though that Shiro is running it down and the Caitlyn is super fed, the difference in the items is only about what, 1,000 gold. So it really actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until just you spend your gold. Yeah, and that just goes to show the difference in the team difference. Just because of all the turrets. That's the biggest thing.
The turrets, yeah, that you get, what is it, 19, almost 2,000 gold just from the inner turrets.
Yeah. Yeah, just from tier 2s, we have a fight breaking
Nice
out.
Tempered Fate, but a great Diana ult and another Wild Growth on top of it. And the Cannon is there. They are going to grab the Nidalee as well as the Bard. And another engage. Mine has gone a little bit too far, buddy. You don't have the ult. Eviscerate falls. The Ari is dashing. Another charm connects. A great dodge. And now Gemini is going to fall as well. There is nothing left.
They should have taken
3 members of the Air Force are pushing straight in. Caitlyn is by herself, and she is not going to be able to take this. Oh my God, maybe.
Oh, the flash charm fails.
Ari fails the flash charm, but Caitlyn is still alive. Can actually 1v3 this, and Shiro is just going to allow it. The ace in the hole hits on again, and the Air Force is playing with their food.
This is some entertaining gameplay right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I just know if I'm playing solo queue and this is my team, I'm just like, can we end? Oh my God! Caitlyn 90 caliber nets forward, grabs another kill, her 16th kill of the game. Holy crap!
I guess they maybe should have gotten Baron 11. They could have gotten it 11 minutes ago, and they just haven't done it.
So in the first game, like something I've noticed with the Navy, and it doesn't matter because Braxy is getting caught out again. Another Caitlyn combination. The headshots will take him down. That could potentially be another full item that would put, I believe, Caitlyn at full build. Picking up 4 kills there in a row. I believe 1 or 2 was a shutdown. So it should be another full item for Caitlyn.
Here.
Oh my God, yes they are.
That's an objective bounty as well. They're going to get one off of Baron too. That's over, I think it's over 1k gold. I believe they're in your pockets.
I believe so, you're right. Whirling Death goes down, but it's not going to grab the kill onto the Caitlyn. Looking at the Caitlyn's inventory, yep, a full item. Not sure which one she picked up. It might be the Bloodthirster, but that just means that extra little bit of healing. A full crit build, 100% crit, a massive amount of healing. This Caitlyn could actually potentially just carry this team back. There is no tank on the side of the Air Force. Bard is the tankiest member, and he will fall to a couple headshots.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be difficult. They really have fumbled the bag on this one.
We are going to have potentially one last fight. A great charm forces the barrier from the Caitlyn. Yeah, look at that. Woo! Caitlyn almost connects. Mine goes in. Not enough damage onto the Vayne. Slicing Maelstrom gets condemned back. Kempsey picks up the Diana. The Elastic Slingshot is being charged, but Caitlyn picks up another kill. A great ult and a double kill for the Caitlyn. That's two shots, and the Draven is dead. Caitlyn is trying. She almost gets the kill onto the Bard. Oh, great fight. Madara is going to try to backdoor secure this inhibitor. This Caitlyn is so disgustingly strong, though. So something I've noticed before we got interrupted was last game, the Navy, their primary damage was the Elise, who had more than half the kills for the team. This game, it's a similar situation. This Caitlyn has more than half the kill. Oh!
The Caitlyn has scaled. 22 kill Caitlyn coming through.
Gameplay.
All right.
This late game Caitlyn is going to be able to nuke turrets.
Yeah, we'll see what the Air Force is able to do, if they're able to shut her down, or if the Navy's end up catching up quickly.
5 autos.
It's only 4.
Five autos combined between the Caitlyn and the cannon to kill an entire turret.
And the funniest thing is she's only worth 500 gold bounty is what the somebody is paying on the Air Force team. It's only a 3k gold lead, so it's actually a lot closer. This gold lead does not matter anymore. The Air Force is kind of throwing away this game.
It went from 15 to 3. Oh my god.
That's what happens with objective bounties. They were able to get Baron. It's almost 1,000 gold injected.
Ridiculous amount of damage on this Caitlyn. And knowing that they have the Lulu Wild Growth. And he's dead. A great ult from Diana stops him from the magical journey. And this could potentially be... Oh, Vayne's in the top lane. Vayne's in the top lane. They have to back to deal with her. The Baron empowered recalls will come through.
They stop the bases. This is a Vayne. Vayne's looking for the 1v1.
But he doesn't need to. All he has to do is just get the inhibitor and he can go straight to the exposed nexus.
Diana has no ulti. She's going to die.
Kempsey's going to be able to grab 1 kill. He's going to chug. And he doesn't care about the kill. Ace in the Hole does not get the kill, but Kempsey is going to backdoor, finish the game, salvage it, and save his team from a ridiculously strong Caitlyn.
That game ending was crazy. I guess that's one way to shut down the Caitlyn, is just to not interact with her.
Shut down the Caitlyn by just hitting the Nexus. Just hit the Nexus. Holy crap.
The Air Force made that game a lot more difficult than it needed to be. That is for sure. Game ended up getting spicy.
As their unofficial coach is what I'm going to call you. Who are you going to chastise the most for that one? It's obviously Shiro, right?
It's obviously Shiro, but he was having a good time. Honestly, I think it was just sloppy gameplay. I mean, really, that's the biggest thing. Not taking things that are just handed to them. Really just pushing the envelope on plays that had no business being pushed. It was 0 turrets and they had 2 dragons and no other neutrals. They had 3 grubs. Okay, that's a wonderful game state for that team comp. It's definitely very easy to close out that game. It gets very, very, very difficult once that Caitlyn does scale. And so they really just flubbed their win con. Then Italy was able to get them a lead early game, and they ended up converting it, but not cleanly.
No. Sorry, my computer bugged out there for a second. Great job.
A win is a win, though. That's the only thing that matters. A 2-0 is a 2-0.
Yes. So thank you, Cal, for joining me today to watch the Air Force take on and just absolutely dismantle the Navy. A little bit of a testy game there too, like we were saying, but still very entertaining, even though I feel like I did about 85 to 90% of the talking, because every time you tried to make a point, it's just like, hey, guess what? We're going to start fighting again.
Yeah.
But thank you for being here with me today. As you know, me and Cal, we are both volunteers. The Armed Forces Dungeon League is operated by an incredible team of volunteers. If you are interested in getting involved, you can type !volunteer in the chat and follow the link. We are always looking for new team members to help us grow. And I do know they are looking for additional casters. If you want to join me, if you want to join Cal in the future, click the link. Let us know, and hopefully we can see you on the broadcast. If you ever want to practice getting better like me, I'm doing this as an extra way for me to get better, to be able to be more coherent and explain everything better. And Cal, he provided expert analysis. Dude is master's tier player. He's a coach. He's absolutely very knowledgeable about the game. I've very much enjoyed having him with us. And again, if you would like to help support the AFDL and make more of these events possible, you can click the link below the stream or type !donate in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with our European League.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just level up, don't be I'm so gone, no, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just level up, don't be scared.